Wait for me, guys. Wait for me, guys. Wait for me, guys. Guys, wait for me.
During the time of this show, you are going to sing with us. You are going to swing with the band. You're going to sing. We call it a game. It is a spiritual game. But because our own kind of spiritualism is not accepted by the hierarchy, we call it the underground spiritual game. During the course of this tune, we shall get into the underground spiritual game.
Welcome to the Strat Show, where we discuss all things Stratocaster. Squier Adoption Service, may I help you? Yes, what happened was there are a lot of puppy Stratocaster mills out there. They're unscrupulous breeders, and they just overbreed these poor animals until nobody has homes for them. So I adopt, hello?
Yes, it's always tense. We're trying to find the place where the dog is. We get the right department, and after a few tense moments in the lobby, they brought the guitar down.
You ready to go, little buddy?
To go to his new forever home, where he'll romp in the fields with the other Stratocasters. Here we are going home. Anyway, here he is.
Hello, guitar pickers. We're going to talk about another Squier that I've rescued. My theory is when Fender started making guitars with the express idea of doing them inexpensively to compete with the other foreign models, it gave a chance for people who hadn't played guitar before, didn't have a lot of money before, wanted to buy one, and they used to come in these kits with amplifiers too, and cable and a strap and picks, and wow, nice, right? And then I think what happened is a lot of these people were like, after a few months, wasn't that much of an investment. They're like, they didn't play it for very long. They're like, I might as well sell it. It's just taking up space. But now I have all these affordable guitars and then these cheap used guitars, and there's too many on the market. Nobody wants them. And the prices are going down even further. So I've been collecting them, and Squiers aren't bad guitars. They're really not. They're basic, but they're not bad guitars. I've been collecting them and seeing whatever's wrong with them can be improved, adding what they need. And sometimes they don't need very much. And then, of course, there's always the fable and legend of the mythical Stratocaster, which for some reason turned out much better than its pay grade. And I'm wondering if I have one with the one I just bought. I saw it ad for 700 shekels, which is almost half, a little more than half of what it costs new for an Affinity Strat. It's black, and I'm going to make it into a new prototype I'm going to call Moby Dark, which is going to be like Moby, the white guitar, the all white guitar. That's just going to make it all dark, and it'll be Moby Dark. It's a similar idea, except the white one really turned into a sort of a vintagey sound, so I went with that as a vintagey guitar. It's really great. It plays kind of vintagey too. We'll see what the black one turns out to be like. So here's the story about him. Okay, the first big question I have, and I probably could just look this up, but I didn't, and I would have bought this guitar anyway. But now I'm kind of tense about it. Tightened, you stupid freaking selfie stick. Alright, the first question is, what is the arrangement of the inside where the guts are? Is it a bathtub or what? I suppose it would be HSH2. I kind of doubt it. I think they're pretty traditional in these Squiers. This is in really nice shape, really. It's just that they're very conservative, and that's why they're good, because they don't do anything special. They're just basic Strats, but they have pretty good pickups. This one does. Definitely, I think better than mine. You would not believe the catch I just made. You really wouldn't, of this camera. I'm afraid this is mostly a demonstration of what old strings sound like. So is it worth replacing the strings before I get a new bridge? When am I going to do that? that sound though. Now there's the worst. Hear that? Little that's like it might be electronics.
What's this guy's name?
But
This guitar, what's his name?
Moby Dark. Okay. When I lift this up enough to see what kind of big God's in store for me. I can't tell. I need the light. I need a flashlight. Thank you, phone. At any rate, I got to fix the wiring on this. And this could go to Frank, who right now has nothing. And you know, Frank was never a well-built guitar, but I think he deserves something respectable at least, because Frank was special. Right? I'm going to rebuild him the way he was supposed to be. He should have been. Alright. Everybody here? Oh. What about you, man? Yeah, this is going to be my all-black guitar. So this was going to be my all-black guitar originally. But I plugged it in and it was so good already as just a Squier with the fat headstock. Obviously the only thing to do is buy another one. It's my first fat headstock guitar. It really is pretty big. You know, it sticks way out there. It's to show you how much Strats have flooded the market. The guy told me he bought it 2 years ago, right? Which would make it a 2019 or something like that. I looked up the serial number. It's 2015, which means the store had it in stock for like 3-4 years. Nobody wants these things. That's why it was used so cheap, because even less people want them used. Okay, bye Strat Cave. That's it for today. See you later, guys. It's a real mess. I gotta clean up in here again. I remember in the old days, when I was a kid, I looked at the back of Let It Be, and I showed him in the studio, and there's cables and stuff, and it's a real mess in there. It was really technical, and I thought, whoa, that's so cool. I want to be a rock star. So I would play guitar, and I would strewn. I'd throw cables around the room that didn't do anything. Now it's like, oh, I gotta recable again, or it won't stop moving. That is the problem. What if I do this? So there's this fairly generic brand of rail pickups. They're not potted, right? And they're splitted. So this guy, Myles Music, who actually lives in the Cayman Islands, I thought it was like some scam, but he actually does live in the Cayman Islands. He teaches private lessons there, so he actually does, which is kind of funny. So I saw this ad and I was like really interested because
Wiring and the shielding are excellent. You see here it's very robust. He uses 2 shieldings, the standard and then on top of that a cloth kind of shielding. And the capacitors and the components look good, and the soldering was decent. And so he had this interesting switching, and then the cool look Plus they were rails, and rails are going to be a little bit different because unlike the pull pieces that just sort of are in charge of their one little string, the whole bar can receive any part of any string at once. It's really all one unit. So that makes it changes that dynamic, that's for sure. So I just wanted to give a little shout out to Myles Music who put this pick art together, and I think it's working out really well.